What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Ayisha Diaz. Y'all know I recently made a video about her in regards to her talking about she wants her next boyfriend to be, giving her like a $45,000, $50,000 allowance. And she got a lot of pushback and she responded. All that is in my other video. I'll link it in the description box. But Bow Wow decided to chime in, and Bow Wow said it was free for him on the dead homies, paraphrasing, but that's what he said. Now, Ayisha Diaz caught wind of this and decided to respond in a very weird and vicious manner. She posted in response, because she's getting cooked all over social media, "Your peen not even big enough to hit anything, but the dead homies can now tell them how the only one that was getting hit was you with the dildo by Tiana Trump. And that's one of the reasons I dismissed you, and to this day haven't even said hi back to you because of that. Yeah, maybe 20 years ago, I wasn't requiring certain things, but I do now. And I stand on what I require from a man if they don't want her to work. Now take your corny opinion back to 2013 and stay there where you've been at this whole time." Now, this is how she responded. Bow Wow only said one sentence, and she then goes and makes two paragraphs of this. This heifer was hurt. Ayisha Diaz is delusional. Like most of these women, they think that because they may look attractive to certain people, they have the BBLs, they think that men are just going to be paying them. You see, the reason why women like Ayisha Diaz is angry is because she knows that men see her for what she is, and that is an escort who are putting out rates, right? Because that's what she's going to get. No man is going to marry her or be in a long-term relationship with her knowing he's going to have to pay her $500,000 each month for her to feel like, she's successful or that she's a kept woman. Because I'm telling you right now, she's going to require that amount of money if she's working or not. She said it in her own response to Bow Wow that she requires certain things now that she didn't before. And when she was with Bow Wow, was she working? Was she not working? We're not really sure about that. But for her to then try to attack him and his manhood, you had relations with Bow Wow. You was his woman. You're claiming that because of, again, this is her putting this out here. You're claiming that he did some things, and that's why you don't speak to him and you don't talk to him, because you don't think he's a real man because he was, had certain things done to him. Again, these are all her say, right? This is what you call defamation. This is defamation right here. You see how easy it is for women to disrespect a man's masculinity and manhood. All Bow Wow said was that he smashed for free. I mean, they were in a relationship. He didn't have to pay her to be with him. But see, women like her have embraced the escort mindset. So they're willing to be treated like escorts now. Maybe they didn't before, but they do now because they have no soul. They're empty. They're an empty shell. There's nothing behind those eyes. And it doesn't matter how good these women look. They're broken. She's broken. And her only response to Bow Wow was that you let Tiana Trump do this to you. Again, this is what she's saying. We don't know if any of this is true. You're bringing another woman who's in a relationship, by the way, into this to attack somebody and say that you don't acknowledge him because according to you, Tiana Trump did some things to him that we don't have any proof or information on. That is what you call defamation. You see, when these heifers threaten to sue over defamation, this is true defamation. Okay, because you're insinuating things that have not been put out here. Because you're mad because you're getting cooked by the internet because people don't think that you're worth $50,000 a month. You're just not. Do you have the skill set of a wife? Does a man look at you and say she'd be a good mother to my children? You're just a rent-a-heifer. A man can rent you for some weeks or a couple of months, and then he's on to the next one. She was the fact that Earn Your Leisure brought her on their platform is puzzling. What businesses has she built? Everything she has is because of a man. She didn't build anything on her own. And that's why she's mad because of what Bow Wow said. There are many ways that she could have responded to Bow Wow. You're angry because you realize that men see you for what you are. And you didn't think that you were intentionally doing that. But see, a lot of you heifers think you're smarter than you really are. You went and disrespected a guy who you were in a relationship with. You had all types of bedroom activities with him. And then now, because you didn't like what he had to say, now you want to try to insinuate that he's gay or he's into certain activities because you're mad that you're getting cooked by the internet. And even when this post, what she said is reposted on some of these pages, she's still getting cooked because you're delusional. And that's why you will never have love in your life. You will never find that husband that's willing to take care of you because he's going to look like a simp. Does she think this? Just imagine, like, if you dealt with her, right? If you say something that she doesn't like, she's going to try to insinuate that you're gay, that you're into certain activities, which is true defamation. This is defamation. See, Bow Wow could sue her. He could, and he'd win because she not only is she insinuating certain things about him, she's bringing other people into it. How would she know any of this? You admitted that you are pay for play. That's what that is. You see, one of these rich Arabs or Africans can fly her out because she has rates. So let's say people say, well, she's talking about dating, Jay. That's the point. She doesn't want the responsibility of a relationship. She wants a salary. She wants to be paid to have relations with the guy that she's dating. That's what the money is for. She says it's only for her. Like, what makes her think that she is worth $50,000 a month? Because of your looks? There's a lot of attractive women out here who ain't asking for $50,000 a month, who don't have the track record. I mean, who don't have the tread on the tires. I just think that these heifers think that because they have a following or because they look good, all of a sudden that's going to mask the fact that these women have absolutely no soul, that these women are extremely broken, and that these women, for the most part, don't know who they are. They don't have wife skills. They don't have the skill set to even be a girlfriend. So they might as well just get the money. Why is one of the first things when it comes to a relationship, you're asking for money? You're not talking about the man and what he brings to a relationship, whether he be a good father to your children. You're looking for a guy that, is a leader who you can build a solid foundation with. You talking about the money. You're exposing that you have an escort mindset. And this is why so many young girls are so lost, because the women who are older than them that they look up to are escorts and have rates, and they're not looking for a genuine man to be in a relationship with. They're looking for a pimp. No, not said pimp. No, I take that back. They're looking for a paymaster. They're looking for a man who can just give them, and they just give their bodies back. That's all they give back is their body, because they have no They have no skill set whatsoever. You're talking about Bow Wow and the size of his, whatever, but you dated him. You were hopping on it. You had no problem with it then. You haven't spoken about it since then. You dated him. So what does that make you? What does that make you? You can't take back the fact that you had relations with Bow Wow. You can't take that back. You can't take back the fact that he smashed. It don't matter what you try to say. It doesn't matter how much you try to denigrate him or disrespect him. You still let him hit. There's other men that you probably at that time didn't let hit, but you let him hit. Because you were a groupie and you wanted to be with a famous entertainer at that time. I don't know why she thinks any of this makes her look good. None of this makes you look good. It's only getting you cooked even more. And there are people who are still cooking and roasting you. You're getting no sympathy. You're not a sympathetic figure. You're not getting any support. The only support she gets is the heifers that follow her. And even some of them are just, they want to see you get mocked too. We need to continue to cook these women with these delusional standards, because they are the reason why these women are undateable, absolutely undateable. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me thoughts, like the video, share it, follow me on all my social media platforms, and I will see y'all next one.